guys, and welcome back to From a Basement on the Shire, the Brews channel. Today, me and my beautiful wife are back here with yet another beer to try and taste for you guys, to let you know how it actually tastes and is. Today, we have, by Victory Brewing Company, the Sour Monkey Remix. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, I've had their regular Golden Monkey, delicious. I've tried their Sour Monkey a month, 2 months ago. That was really good. It was really good. Now, I saw this and I'm like, okay, a remix? Like, are you really gonna screw with an already good beer? Yeah,
don't
they
mess
did.
with a good thing. But
I was thinking of my beautiful wife, who likes wines more than I do, but I also love wine. Again, those are coming. Those are coming, guys. Just chill. But the remix, let me explain this to you. They take the Sour Monkey and they age it in chardonnay barrels. Not just regular, wine barrels or, your common stock bourbon barrel or, anything like that.
Which, if you've been watching so far, like, we're not knocking. We're big.
Dude, I am
barrel
huge
aged
on pretty much anything bourbon barrel aged or anything barrel aged. It's just, it really makes for a better flavored beer. It doesn't even have to be like bourbon or a different kind of alcohol aged. It can just be oak aged.
The first beer I ever fell in love with, the beer that was going to be the beer to beat all beers, was the Innocent Gun rum cask. We can go over all of those. I want to get into this bottle.
All right, well, shit, let's open it up. Again, this is, if anyone doesn't remember, because we've been talking about everything else, Sour Monkey Remix by Victory.
I'm really excited about this one.
Should be a good one.
Victory makes a lot of good beer too. There were a couple that I wasn't...
Oh, this one's definitely going to pop. This one's going to be hard not to pop. So there's actually a trick. You're not supposed to, and I'm going to screw it up.
And I'm going to step out of the way so it doesn't elbow me an accident.
Open it, and only hear a slight... You don't want to pop stuff. It screws with the flavor. It really does. Wine, champagne...
That air that's been trapped in there should settle back on it.
It's so close. I'm going to mess this up. Oh, okay. All right. It's just calming. I'm just trying to hold it down. Wait for it.
Oh, good work, babe.
You hear that?
Just a little bit of air escapes, and you let a lot of the air permeate in against the top layer of the beer. It and wine, and as he said,
that was the first time I've done that correctly. That was actually pretty tough.
We actually learned that at a wine tasting.
Yeah.
And we've since been doing our best to open things the correct way when corked.
That smells delicious right off the bat. I mean, you can smell the Chardonnay like that. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's a sour ale. But as far as the nose, even in the bottle and on the cork, that...
I'm gonna like this one.
It almost smells a touch sweet. I feel like it's gonna have a really good balance. I don't feel like they screwed with it too much. As far as like making it bad, anyway.
I was actually extremely proud of him for bringing this one home. As far as wine goes,
Sometimes she yells at me because it costs too much.
Well, that's true. So he was a little nervous, but
So again, if anybody ever wants to ship bottles, I'll let you know what's going down. It's got a pretty decent headphone. I'm assuming that's from the so many years. I'm assuming that's from keeping the bubbles in so well. Sorry, you were saying.
No, just that for being such connoisseurs, especially with the wine, as far as wine goes, the only one he really doesn't prefer is a Chardonnay. It's hard to find ones that he likes as much as some of the other whites that we've had.
I really don't like Chardonnay.
But as
I'm a red guy. You give me a Malbec, you give me a Cab Sauvignon. Oof.
Don't forget you stuff.
Yeah.
He does the pouring. He's better at equalizing the pour when we're sharing a bottle.
Yeah, it's mostly the cup. I've got more headphone than you did.
I'm just gonna... Okay, so I can already tell there is some sediment, which isn't an issue.
That's usually why I pour the end into mine, because I don't mind it. I think it adds some flavor. Yeah, we've got sediment in there.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a beautiful dark golden.
It really is.
That's... I'm trying to get...
Alright, so let me see. Two things here, guys. One. The label. There we go. Remix. And we can get that. Look at the color of that. That is a great color. That is a very golden color. Dark golden.
I'm actually gonna bring you mine too, just because his is a bit murky from sediment.
Yep.
Just so you can get that just how
you
crystal
can even
clear
tell,
it
like
is.
right next to each other.
It's definitely
It's a
got
beautiful color.
great aroma. Again, you can pick up that Chardonnay in there.
Right away on the aroma, you can tell it's I mean, you can smell the Chardonnay. You can smell that it's a sour.
Yeah.
You get the floral notes from the Chardonnay while still being fruity notes. You definitely get the fruity notes and the floral notes there. Love you, babe.
Love you too.
Wow.
Huh.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Ooh, I like this. It has a great sour to it. But
It does.
I think the Chardonnay smooths it out, so it isn't as sharp of a sour.
You definitely hit the nail on the head on that. Also, like, I was just testing it out right there. Not that you would want to, but this is either a sipping beer or a gulping beer, which to have both in one is pretty amazing. Like, you get all the notes on there. You get the Chardonnay notes. You get the sour monkey notes. It is actually, I mean, it is almost like drinking wine. A soured wine. just with malts and hops.
So it was also bottle conditioned. So the back here says, now usually we don't do. Go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead. Just before, hang. Yeah. It's got a.
On the side here they have the.
Now, this is 2019, and this was their 2018 release. Just throwing that out there before she kept reading.
Now, usually we don't do this, but sometimes an instant classic, which the
sour monkey like
and
just
the
took
golden
off.
monkey, even like starting at the original, and then making that a sour and having them both be so good in their own right.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes an instant classic is just begging for a remix. Chardonnay barrel aging puts a whole new spin on our already tastefully twisted sour monkey, rounding out its lemony tart tang and dry finish. And that might be it too. The vanilla helps to smooth it out from.
It really does. I don't get much of the vanilla.
I don't taste the vanilla, but I feel like it's smooth like a vanilla. Is that?
The blend of that is really beautiful. It really is. Like,
experience this exclusive next level evolution of our beloved golden monkey for yourself.
Like if they did that with a port, I'd be like, dude, that's disgusting.
We really can't do that with a more red.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going with the Chardonnay, that was actually a really good choice. It kind of went with like a Pinot Grigio even. I think a Grigio might have been a little better. It wouldn't have been as smooth, but you would still have a little bit more of that sour from the sour monkey rather than toning it down a little bit. But again, that's what makes this one so interesting, is that you can sip it or you can gulp it.
That is just so interestingly complex.
It is. I mean, it's so complex. Honestly, I don't have much to describe.
It drinks like a beer.
It drinks like a beer. You get the malts, you get the hops.
You
get the sour from the like a goes.
But it's got the wine quality.
But it's got the complexity of wine.
I can taste the grapes.
Yeah. It's right there.
It's good.
It really is. By the way, I am going to get probably at some point a stout that is port aged. Oh, I've wanted to try one of those so bad. Anyway, but this is a beautiful blend. Like I don't think they screwed around with it like at all.
Mm-mm.
I think they made a good beer.
Kudos, victory. Like that's it. They did a great job.
I mean, that's a ballsy move. That's a ballsy move because not a lot of beer drinkers are going to be like, oh, dude, when you put that in Chardonnay barrels, like, what the F ever. But, no, that's a good beer. Like,
let me tell you, if there's a...
Because it's not heavy on the wine. It's not like, ah, dude, I'm drinking a glass of wine. Like,
no.
It tastes like beer.
But it's a good beer to convert wine drinkers to beer drinkers because there's enough qualities.
It's right there. Yeah.
That and vice versa. If you're a beer drinker,
either way.
And this is.
And you don't always get that with like a bourbon barrel aged or, anything like that. Any other kind of bourbon, whiskey barrel aged even. I mean, you don't get a lot of the like, oh, I'm not a,
whiskey drinker,
liquor drinker. But this makes me want to drink liquor. But this really, you can...
If you enjoy both,
if you enjoy both, this is great. And if you don't enjoy both, it's still great.
I'm impressed. Color me impressed. I'm waiting, though. I'm waiting for the beer that we try for the first time here. Because everything we've tried thus far... on the show, I haven't been disappointed. So I'm waiting to see what that one.
A couple of the
from the Amagang collections.
Yeah, the Mother of Dragons by Amagang. It's their Game of Thrones series. I don't know. I mean, I think that was my lowest scored one so far. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really had a bad beer yet. But then again, I don't really want to showcase bad beers.
I
now,
mean,
if you want me to do a tasting on just like a Yingling lager, I'll do it.
I'm gonna tell you right now on our point scale, it's not gonna rate very high because it's just a generic everyday buy it in a 12-pack. Like,
when you're comparing it to other just generic lagers, I think that one's pretty good.
I think I'm just gonna enjoy this. Like that
is delicious. I'm losing a little bit of the floral note. However, it's still on the nose.
It's toned down and it is mixing on the palate more. I feel like instead of having like a straight punch of sour at the beginning with a mellow out at the end, you can kind of taste like a medium sour throughout, and it's continually, I don't want to say dulled because that makes it sound negative.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not a dulled sour. It's still a sour.
It's still a sour.
Still a Goes style.
I think a lot of the sour...
I don't like saying sour when... I mean, a goes is a goes. Like, a goes is just supposed to be a goes.
It's its own breed. It's its own genre.
So when someone sours a beer, it just seems weird to say. That's all.
And there's a whole process that goes into other that goes into souring in most cases with cultures.
Mm-hmm.
But this doesn't feel like it was forced to be sour. Like, you get those lemon notes and you just feel like the sour is just that pickup of lemon, and there's that...
You do get the lemon notes.
It's so silly to me because you know how I taught you the lemon and grape thing?
Mm-hmm.
So green grapes don't normally go with a lemon.
So true.
So how they paired this so beautifully is just astonishing to me.
And it's not like they mixed it. It's not like they said, "Oh, well, this
Pour
is going to be like
pour that.
90%, sour monkey with 10% chard." No, they didn't do that. They took the sour monkey, they aged it in the barrel. This beer, I really love by itself as a sour monkey.
Good.
The sour monkey is delicious. It's very good. Remixed by
A Chardonnay barrel.
aging it in a Chardonnay barrel and bottle conditioning it for a year, which ours was 16 months, by the way.
So Chardonnay isn't so bad.
Chardonnay serves its purposes for certain things. I'll leave it at that, guys.
Elvin Bread.
Elvin Bread. No, I'm not there yet. You're interrupting.
Sorry.
Wow. Maybe I'm going to have to kick you off as a permanent guest and just have you back as a special guest. Love you. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Victory Sour Monkey Remix.
Cute.
Huh?
Victory.
I
said I'm that cute. All right, go ahead.
Oh yes, she is. There might be some editing in this. I don't know. Fuck it.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts.
Victory Sour Monkey Remix.
On the nose at the end, you are losing a lot, which will tend to obviously affect the flavor. However, it's still a very beautiful blend of sour and the Chardonnay that really just make this a phenomenal beer. Gosh, that's so hard. I want to say I like the Sour Monkey better, but I haven't had it in like 1-2 months, so I can't exactly say. But this, I mean, style points, like, I looked it up. Rate beer, we've got an 81 overall, and 42 for style points. Like, seriously, guys, like, what the hell? Overall, I mean, the style on this, I really, like, if I was to rate this on Rate Beer, I'd probably give it like a 92 to 95 on style alone. Because this Sour Monkey with the barrel aging just blended perfectly with that Chardonnay. It did. I think they really got wrong with the 81. It got a 3.5 out of only 10 reviews.
Maybe it just hasn't been tasted enough yet.
Well, obviously, I mean, it only had 10 reviews.
That's what I mean.
I
like
mean,
for
most,
the other
most beers on there are like, you're seeing like hundreds and.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean for the other numbers too.
Yeah.
Like.
Because if you go to Beer Advocate, they're rating it at a 91. And honestly, Beer Advocate is way more strict about how they rate beer versus rate beer. Straight up. They are. They're more strict.
How they rate beer versus rate beer.
All pun intended? Which Beer Advocate also gave it a 4.22, which I think is a lot more reasonable than a 3.5 out of 5. But still complex at the end. The sour is still there all the way through. It's not overtly sour. I still have to grab another synopsis to do that, because holy crap, that is the sourest beer I've ever had, and it was delicious. But beside that, it's not like overtly sour. It's not like dulled down sour. It's like, it's still a ghost style that you would want to drink.
It's a well-rounded beer. I think that they were very bold by already taking a great thing, blending it with something new. I mean, I have seen the occasional Chardonnay blend, but not. How rude.
I love you.
Love you too.
So much. So much.
It's a good beer.
Well, if you're going to move it over here, I mean,
no.
you're not going to finish it.
It is a good beer. I'm really glad he brought it home. He thought of me when he was picking something with a wine he didn't really like, with a beer that he did. And it really blends very, very nicely. If you get a chance to get your hands on this, I highly recommend you try it. If you are a beer drinker who is trying to venture into the wine realm, or vice versa, a wine drinker venturing into the beer realm, this is a great starter beer. It really does have a little bit of both, the best of both worlds, without being like, wow, they just made a mixed drink. That's not what happened. I'm giving it a 4.4.
Wow, damn, babe.
I can't hold it in anymore. That's what
okay. Well, that's. I mean, I think the last one, the Omnipollo, the Omnipollo was phenomenal. If you guys didn't see our Omnipollo, go to the last video, and it's.
I'll post a link.
Wicked good. I'm giving it a 4.2. I mean, that was a really good beer. They did a really phenomenal job on that. I think
my 0.2 extra is because I do appreciate
the style points
more than.
Yeah.
I'd be okay to store this. I'd be okay to say, hey, I've got one of these waiting downstairs.
Yeah.
So. That's my takeaway.
All right. On that note, I feel like I had a tangent off of that. Gosh, this is just
No,
tangent.
you don't. We've been okay, guys. Always drink responsibly.
Don't drink and drive.
We'll catch you next time.
Don't drink underage. And by goddamn, just have fun.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye, guys. From a Basement on the Shire, from Brews, apparently Views, and Tangent channel now. I'll see you later. Bye.